Hey guys and gals, this is Alex with Legendary Apartment Brokers. Today is Monday, May 19th, 2025. This is the KC Multifamily Minute. Let's get right into it. All right, so first up, statistics, as we always do every single week. How many new are on market? How many are coming to market? How many are under contract across the Kansas City Metro for listed properties? And every single week, as I do, I will cover 1031 exchange, why it's a good fit for you, what class location it might be in, and rough math on the cost per unit, so you can do a quick analysis on your end if you want to dive in deeper. As always, please reach out to me, Alex at legendaryapartmentbrokers.com, and we can talk more about any of these deals. I can help negotiate on your behalf. Would love to do so. Okay, so first up, MLS. So Zillow, Zillow Apartments, let me start that over. Zillow, legendaryapartmentbrokers.com, realtor.com, redfin.com, all those sites use the same information for the most part, powered by the local MLS, which is Heartland MLS. And what do we got for news? So, matter of fact, across both LoopNet and the MLS this week, we got 4 new that we're going to cover here, but specifically just the MLS. We have 74 that are out there listed that are $500,000 plus that were built before 2020. So your classic value add type of deals in Kansas City. 58 of those are available. I'm going to repeat that, 74. That is a ton of opportunity out there on the open market. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a buyer's market. 16 of those are under contract. Typically, we see somewhere around 14 to 20 under contract. Usually, somewhere around maybe 40 to 50 that are out there available using these filters. And we're up to 74. We keep adding more and more as a area. 58 are available for you to go out there and evaluate. 58, nearly 60 that you can look at, $500,000 or plus. A lot of those are actually going to be in that $500,000 to $1 million range. Let's actually look at that real quick. So just going to filter this down here. Let's see here. So we're going to filter this down to, so remember there's 58 that are available that are $500,000 plus. Let's filter that down to $500,000 to $1 million. So the next 500,000, and of that 58, hang on a second, I got another filter here messed up. Let's do that. Podcast listeners, mess around on my website. You can easily adjust these filters here. Of that 58, 49 are between $500,000 and $1 million. So essentially there's only 10 or so that are $500,000 plus. Let me make sure I've got the filters here for, okay, no, that's not correct. So let me restate that. I'm sorry about that. So only active so there's 58 that are active. In that $500,000 to $1 million range, 36 of those. So what is that? Like 60% or so, 65%, 75% are $500,000 to $1 million. So just let's see here how many are $1 million to $2 million. I bet it's dang near. It's not going to be the rest of them because I know there's several over $1 million. But just for fun here, so available we got 15. So what was that? 38 or so plus 15. So you're somewhere around 50 something of the 58 are going to be $1 million to $2 million range. Okay, so you can just kind of see that if you have $500,000, you've got somewhere between 500 and $1 million. There are a ton of opportunities for you to look at out here. Now, I'm not saying they're all perfect fit, but I'm saying reach out to me, ask me for my top 5 or whatever. We can go through there. Plus, I have about another 10 or so that are off market in that range or close to that range. That could be a good fit. I contend that anything I have off market is going to be about as good or better than anything you see on market. Everybody has their own rhyme and reason for what makes sense to them. Okay, so I just wanted to highlight that right now is a great time to buy. As I've been saying, proof is always in the pudding, and I get that not every property is perfect, but I'm confident we can find something for you out there. Okay, so getting these filters back, we're going to go here to the last 7 days of what's new. Like I talked about across LoopNet and the MLS, there are 4 new properties. I know here it lists 7. However, a lot of those we've already seen before, or maybe the broker pulled them off quickly and put them back on quickly. So first up, we've got this property here, the $650,000 fourplex in Belton. That's an expensive fourplex, especially for Belton. It's $160,000, $175,000 per unit type of opportunity. A little strong, but again, it's built in 2000, very large units, probably no low owner maintenance responsibilities on that. So if you already own in Belton, could be an opportunity for you there. Also, if you love large fourplexes, could also be an opportunity for you there. I would consider this in this location in Belton probably a Class B or B plus location. Okay, 1031 exchange could be a good fit for you there if those criteria fit into what you're looking for. All right, next up, number 2, we've got a sixplex in Leavenworth. For podcast listeners, Leavenworth is up here in the northwest part of the metro. I've transacted in there several different times. I like the submarket. It's unique in of itself. It's got a military base up there. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but it is a sixplex for $600,000, essentially $100,000 a unit. I would consider this location here right off of the highway, down next to Bain City and Wadsworth, likely a Class B minus location just because of the outskirts of what we're talking about here. Okay, but it is a good little pocket of Leavenworth. Love that. It would depend a lot on rents and really how much you are committed to investing in Leavenworth for your 1031 exchange. And so that's something you want to look at. Let's talk about it. There's a lot of pros and cons to the outskirts submarkets. We can cover those on another episode. All right, so getting my bearings here. We got a couple more to cover on the MLS. Last one on the MLS is going to be this sixplex in Kansas City, Kansas. Again, podcast listeners, I'm zooming in here to Kansas City, Kansas. It's going to be more on the north side of Kansas City, Kansas, off of Leavenworth Road, west of 435, west of 635, in between 435 and 635, kind of more middle east there, I guess, if you want to call it that. $660,000, so you're looking at $110,000 per unit. I would consider, now up here it's always block by block specific. I would consider this probably a Class C location. Just looking through the photos here of this property, it has been nicely remodeled, at least at some point in the last 5 to 10 years. Could be an interesting opportunity for podcast listeners and YouTube viewers here that have a 1031 exchange like Kansas City, Kansas, and really want to, get a looks like more of a turnkey type property. We can reach out and talk about that. We can get some rent roll and income and expenses there and see how that might fit in for your investment. All right. So that's going to cover, again, like I said, these other ones here, we've already covered those in the past, but that's going to cover everything new that's on the open market on the MLS. Now let's hop on over to LoopNet. And I believe there's really only one new opportunity in the last 7 days to talk about here. And that's going to be a property, Redwood Courts Townhomes. I'm familiar with this property. It's listed here as a 7% cap rate. It's unpriced. My guess is somewhere around $4.2 million, something like that. 44 units, maybe 4.5, 4.6 million, somewhere in that $4 to $5 million range is my best guess there. This is going to be considered a Class C location. It's east of 635, just off of 635 in Kansas City, Kansas. Way west of 69 Highway in Kansas City, Kansas, off of Quindaro Boulevard. Reach out to me. I mean, I think, on paper it might look okay. This is going to be a very block by block specific type of area. If you want to talk about a property that's in that $4 million, $5 million range, reach out. Let's talk about it. See how it might fit into your 1031 exchange. Could be a good fit there, but there's some other opportunities too, I think, that might be a better fit for you. Okay, guys. So that's everything new on the market here in Kansas City. If you've got a 1031 exchange, love to talk to you about how any of these properties or any properties I have off market that can fit into your 1031 exchange. I've been doing this now for a year plus, and really all I have to say is I've seen every single one of these deals come across the market. I've seen them go under contract. I've seen them close out. Very in tune with what's going on here. If you want to learn more about the Kansas City market, reach out. Alex at legendaryapartmentbrokers.com. Talk soon.